guys, it's Fiona and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm here with another arts, books and craft video. I have been really excited to post this video. I worked on it for a little while a couple of weeks ago, but I couldn't post it because it was a gift. So now I've given the gift, I can post about it. So here we are. This is the Becky Chambers quote jewellery box that I painted. So to start with, this is a box you can buy in the works. It is, well, when I bought it, it was £3. It is just a standard, lightweight little wooden box. It's not primed or anything like that. This was more of a test piece to see what I could do with this box, and then I just went ham on it. I've never really done a project like this before, but I decided the safest thing to do was to probably remove the clasp at the front first. I tried to take the hinges off the back so I could paint them as two separate pieces, but they did not want to be removed, so oh well. I tried to cover them with a bit of masking tape, but it didn't really do much to help. I'm also going to say here that the shots change a lot. My desk is really small, so trying to fit my camera and my tripods and things onto it is a bit of a nightmare, so there's some weird angles. I apologise in advance. So anyway, I knew from the start of this project I was going to do a space theme. I didn't know how, but I had some ideas in my head, so I had some acrylic paint, and that's what I pretty much used. Acrylic paint and Mod Podge. But I'll talk more about that later. So I started off by painting the box black. I used some brushes I already had. They may not have been the best brushes for acrylic paints. I don't really know what they were. They were just some brushes I've had for a long time. Oh well. So I was very careful trying to paint around the edges of the sort of plastic plane that you can see in the middle. It's not glass, it's plastic, that's why it's cheap. But in the end, I just ended up painting over it because when I took the masking tape off, you could see the bits of wood where the plastic was like sandwiched, and there's just no way I could reach to paint those without painting all over the pane anyway. So I decided it was probably better if I just painted over the pane entirely and went from there. My original idea for the inside of the box was that I was going to put a pattern or some kind of colour at the bottom of each of these sort of jewellery box compartments. That also changed because what I had wanted to do didn't really look as good as I had hoped. I didn't really record that bit, so you'll just have to take my word on it. So then I started painting the space theme. I love space. Like, if any of you have heard me talk about books I love on this channel, such as Becky Chambers, then you will know I love space books, and also on the podcast that I run with Kimmy, we love space books. So it was only sensible that I was making a box for Kimmy that I make it space themed. So here we are. I had a bunch of acrylics and I had some little like coral sponge type things which were really cool for doing this. They're maybe a little bit too hard for this project, but I just used what I had to hand and that was one of them. I started with the darker colours and worked my way up. I had some just plain acrylics and I also had some that were pearlescent. So I had a dark blue, a purple, I had like a tealy green, iridescent, pearlescent thing. I had a little bit of silver that I mixed in, and I made a pink that was a little bit sort of iridescent-y as well. And so I mixed a whole load of things of what I had. I just had some little tubs of acrylic and went ham on it. I've never really painted space before with acrylics, so I didn't really know what I was doing. I was kind of making it up as I went along, but I really enjoyed making it, so I'm not mad. Not mad at all. So going back to this middle plastic pane that was in the lid, I had originally planned on putting a quote around the edge of the box because I knew that it was going to be space themed and it was going to have a book quote on it because it was for Kimmy. Actually painting the middle pane proved to be much easier for me to make this happen. So it meant I had a lot more space to play with and I could really sort of go to town with the hand lettering. If any of you have been following me on Instagram, which is @MidnightTopaz, as is most of my social medias, then you'll know that I've been loving being creative and doing hand lettering lately, so this was yet another way of trying to do some more hand lettering. And I really enjoyed it. It was a bit of a faff, but I enjoyed it. I used a Posca pen for the hand lettering, which I'm not usually a fan of Posca pens, but that's probably because the ones I used to use at my old job were half dead most of the time, and you would just be screaming because they just wouldn't work very well. So I had a little white Posca pen that I bought with a voucher, so I was like, this is ideal. And it was also a great size for doing things like the stars and things like that. So once the top was all dry, I decided to paint the inside pane as well, so the underneath of the plastic pane in the lid, because you could see some of the light through it when you opened it, even though the top had like 2 layers of acrylic paint. So I painted the inside of that. I think I gave that 2 coats as well. I was basically trying to make it, you know, as not see-through as possible without like damaging the pane. So that worked fine, which is great. And that's when I decided to also paint the insides of the cubby holes black, because I knew that I had another item I was going to use later that actually would look kind of cool. So I was like, I'll just paint them black, because if I don't like them, I can paint over them or I can stick something over them. It's not a big deal. So on my last trip to Hobbycraft, which is not anywhere near where I live, it's only once in a blue moon I get to go there, I bought 2 tubs of Mod Podge, 2 little ones. I bought a gloss and a sparkle, because I only have one big matte one, and I knew that I didn't want to do this matte. This had to be space, it had to be shiny, and I was like, nothing says shiny space more than glitter, so I bought a glitter one. I painted a gloss layer first to seal it all in, and because I wasn't sure how the glitter one was going to look, I wanted to just sort of get at least a layer on and get it, you know, flat, so glitter didn't do any weird shit to it. Going back to the Mod Podge, it actually, for some reason, really brought through the pink of the acrylic paint on the lid through the white text. I have a little clip that I will show you where you can kind of see the pink, and then when I start painting the white over it again, you can really see the pink. I'm not entirely sure why it was just that colour, but that was the one colour that I mixed with a couple of acrylic paints, not just straight from the bottle. So I don't know if that had something to do with it or what, but hey-oh, it's still a little bit funny, but it's a lot better than it was. So the quote on the top is a Becky Chambers quote. Becky Chambers is one of Kimmy and I's favourite authors, and her books are fantastic and we love them. So I went through a list of quotes that Kimmy and Katie had sent me not long ago, because we've been talking about me doing hand lettering and stuff. That one is a good one, and I'd forgotten which one was her favourite, but I guessed right, and this one was her favourite. So I thought it was a really nice quote. But looking back, I kind of wish I'd done less layers, because for some reason Mod Podge kind of wants to stick to itself, not in like a super sticky way, but just sort of like if you put 2 layers of Mod Podge sort of together that are dry, they just sort of like attach to each other. But they're not like sticky, and you don't have to like rip them apart or anything, you just have to give them a little bit of force and they pop up and it's fine. But I think I maybe put too many layers on the inside rim, and that's made it a little bit worse. But I'm still learning with Mod Podge and doing these kinds of projects, so it's all a big learning curve. I have warned the recipient, Kimmy, of this. It's all good. And before I did the sparkle Mod Podge, I decided to add some more sparkle by adding some little gems to the mix. So I have these little sticky, like clear crystal gem thingies that I've decided to put on. They look really cool on the top, and then I decided to torture myself and put a load of them on the inside plane, all the way around the rim, because I felt the inside was missing something, but that took me so freaking long. And then it was time to add the glitter Mod Podge. And I freaking love this Mod Podge. It is so glittery. I thought it would be, you know, like a little bit of glitter. There's a lot of glitter in this, but it makes the space look so cool, and I love it. And yeah, I really enjoyed making this project. I don't know if I will do another one soon. I do have another box, not this style of box, a slightly different one. So I may do something similar. I may not. I haven't decided yet. I'm going to sit on that one a little bit longer. As I said earlier on, this was for Kimmy's birthday because she had a big number birthday. It was something that I didn't have to post, so I could be a little bit more adventurous, because I want to make stuff like this for my friends and, you know, send them things and all sorts. But it's really hard when you have to post it, and I was really worried that it would get stuck to something or it would break in the mail, because these aren't the sturdiest of boxes. It was only £3, but I think it was totally worth it, and it was a great little project for me to do. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more content like this, let me know in the comments, subscribe for more, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!